chillier down here. The wind is not a factor. You know, football's a cold weather game. I don't think you can blame a lot on the weather. Steve might be right. The arm tackles, you're not going to grab many guys on nights like this because you have tough feeling in your fingers anyway.
See the Canton McKinley Marching Band taking the field under the direction of Michael Ward. And in our hot little hands, we have the hot stat sheet.
Well, as you look at the individual leaders for the McKinley Bulldogs, we have Richardson, who's turned in a career tonight in the first half at 11 attempts, 133 yards and 1 touchdown. Gordon 5 for 25, Smith 3 for -5, Kendall 2 for 25. Of course, the last 15 of those was a big touchdown to tie the score up. So passing department, Smith is 3 for 9 with 1 interception for 35 yards, so he's not quite on the money yet. And as far as receiving, Grimsley, Jackson, and Richardson each have 1 pass for 13, 12, and 10 yards respectively. Smith punted 1 time for 41 yards. Over on the Austin Town Fitch side, Story has 10 carries for 64 yards. It looked like he had a lot more than that, but he did have several of his yards on kickoff returns. Luckage has 2 carries for 20 yards. He was a factor. Luckage 3 for 7, 1 interception, 55 yards, and a touchdown. Receiving, we have Morrow with 1 reception for 39 yards, 1 touchdown. Smith 1 for 3 yards. Sorrego 1 for 13 yards. And punting, Luckage again 2 for a 39.5-yard average. If we look at the team stats, once again, you know the score is tied at 14. McKinley has 12 first downs to Fitch's 6. Rushing yards 185 to 101. Passing yards 35 for McKinley, 55 for Fitch. And return yardage average, here's a good net for you, Scotty. 1 yard for McKinley and 0 for Fitch. So give a tip of the hat to the specialty teams, particularly the coverage teams. And we did the passing for you already. Total offense, McKinley 220 yards, Austin Town Fitch 156. And no matter how you cut it, that's a lot of yardage for 1 half of football. And we've got fumbles lost, McKinley 1, Fitch none. Penalties, the Bulldogs got clipped for 10 yards and 2 penalties. Fitch 1 and 5, and the reason, even with the clip at the end of the half, that was half the distance to the goal. That's why we have the odd number of.
So I guess it's safe to say, if you want to summarize all that, is the fact that A, I'm impressed there's only been 3 penalties in the first half. B, obviously offense has dominated, and I think when you take a look at it, McKinley's had the better of it on the ground, and maybe Fitch has been a little more successful through the air, something they're not accustomed to doing, but a lot of that yardage came on the 1 touchdown pass. The Canton McKinley Marching Band on the field, and as we've done throughout our Federal League broadcast, we'd like to feature them. And let's go down on the field to Tom Canton and the McKinley Band.
I'm up here in section 3. I'm sitting next to Warren Bertram. Warren will stand up with me. Warren, you're an old-time McKinley Bulldogs fan. Are they going to come back in the second half?
Sure they're going to come back. They've been doing it all year, and they're going to do it tonight.
How long have you been following the Bulldogs?
Oh, 20-some years, I suppose.
And you've seen them do a lot of good things in a football field.
Oh, yes. I'm sure we're going to go to the state. We're ready.
All right. Well, Warren's up here. Warren says we're going to Columbus. Right now.
Panel with one of the 6,000 estimated McKinley fans there. McKinley fans certainly out here in force. A great crowd here at the Akron River Bowl. Temperatures in the low 30s, cloudy skies, slight chance of rain. And you see the McKinley Band on the far side. They'll be coming back to us. I think you're probably all familiar with Script, Ohio, and what the Ohio State Band has done really to make that their own. Something unique about that band. Well, McKinley has their own rendition, not Script, Ohio, but Script McKinley. So let's go down to the field and listen to the Canton McKinley Marching Band under the direction of Mike Ward. it. You've heard of Script Ohio. There's Script McKinley, MCK. And as usual, an outstanding job by the Canton McKinley High School Marching Band, and truly an outstanding job by all the marching bands that we have shown you at the halftime of all our broadcasts this year. Well, we've been lucky, Steve, in the first half, but we want to remind the folks that Ohio High School Athletic Association rules do not allow for television timeouts. Therefore, it may become necessary for us to leave live action to bring you commercial messages. Now, we ask for